So a study by MotherJones.com says that 4,000 fingers get cut off a year by chop saws and other saws. Because of this reason, I'm going to show you the safe and proper ways of how to use the chop saw and the table saw. This is important. This is important knowledge to know because if you have a project in the future and you don't want to hire anybody, you want to do your own work, you'll need to know the safe and proper ways to use these machines. I'm credible for this topic because I've been in this carpentry class for 2 years now, and I've been taught by Mr. Swinehart, who has been doing this his whole life. So now I'll move on to demonstrating the safe and proper ways of how to use the chop saw and table saw. First, the safety precautions of using these machines. First thing you want to do is have safety glasses while you're using these machines. And while you're using machines, it's important to have these on because as you're cutting pieces of wood, or even just out on the job site, you want to have these on just so pieces of wood, or maybe somebody misses a nail on the nail gun shot and it shoots all over the place, and you don't want those pieces going in your eye. So that's why the safety glasses are important. And then the precautions of using the machines, you want to make sure that you got hair tied back and or clothing that hangs off your body to be out of the way. So that's why I'm going to take off my tie real quick. And I've heard stories of former people that have actually gotten their ties caught in machines, and they've almost injured themselves pretty badly. So that's why you don't want to have things hanging off your body while you're using the machines. And another thing, you want to make sure the guards are down. This little thing right here, that keeps it's just an extra safety precaution on the blade. And also you want to keep the cords to the machine out of the way from the blade because you don't want to cut off the connection to the machine so it just doesn't shut off on you. So now that you know the safety precautions, we're going to move to the chop saw, which is this right here. This is mainly for used for cutting 2x4s, which is just a standard board that's 2 inches by 4 inches. And normally they're about 8 feet to 10 feet long, and they usually go into walls. And when you're using chop saw, you want to make sure that the board is flat up against the fence, and this right here is the fence. It's a nice straight piece of metal which keeps your board nice and straight, and that allows for straight cuts when you're using the machine. Before you turn, or to turn it on, it's this little button right here. And then as you go down, the safety guard, the guard blade will go down or go out of the way so you can cut it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this right now. Well, there you go. That's when you cut on your 2x4. And even before you cut it, when you're turning it on, you want to make sure the blade is spinning as fast as possible so you get the cleanest cut you can have. So now that we know how to use the chop saw, we're going to move on to the table saw, which is this right here. This is mainly used for cutting a piece of plywood, and it's used for ripping it, which ripping means is to cut it lengthwise, so like down like this. So the chop saw wouldn't be able to reach it, so you just use this so you can cut the length of it. So just as before, we're going to set up the fence, which is this right here. We're going to slide it down. And another thing about this machine, you can raise and lower the blade right here to where it just cuts straight through the piece of plywood. And that's another safety precaution because if your hand slips, it's just cutting straight through the board and not through your hand. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. You turn it on right here with this. You can just pull it, turn it right on pretty quick. And to shut it off, you just press it in, and that'll shut it off real quick. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. When you're cutting it, you want to keep it as flat as possible so the blade cuts just nice straight cut through the board. And as your hands get closer to the blade, you're going to end up using this to push the rest of the board out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. use plywood. So now that you know how to use the table saw, or we're going to move on to the conclusion. So now you know how to use the table saw and chop saw, and now that you know how to use, now you know the safety precautions and the proper ways how to use them, you can use them to help you with your own building projects that you have in your own houses. And now that you know the safety precautions of these machines, you will now not become part of a statistic of getting your finger cut off. Thank you.